Sister Wives Janelle Brown finds buyer, sells Garrison's last chapter. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown has found a buyer for her late son's home, thus selling the last chapter of Garrison Brown's life. She has been trying to sell his home for a few months now, but with no success. So how much was she able to get for it, and when will Janelle turn it over? Keep reading for more details. Janelle Brown finds buyer and sells Garrison's last chapter. It was a huge accomplishment for Garrison Brown to finally buy his own home. He had been saving up for a down payment on a house and ended up living with Janelle Brown for a period. This was during the pandemic, and his father, Cody Brown, was not happy with how this played out. He was rotating between Janelle, Robin, and Christine Brown Woolley's homes. Therefore, the wives and kids had to follow Cody's strict pandemic protocols. Along with Garrison, Gabe Brown was living with Janelle, and Cody felt they were not being safe. Gabe was in college while Garrison was working, but that was too much and too dangerous. Cody asked Janelle to evict them, but she refused. She knew how hard Garrison was working to save for his own place, so she was not going to abandon her kids. This caused an immense amount of dissension and started the true downfall of Cody's relationships with his wives and kids. Finally, at the end of 2021, Garrison bought a home for $329,000 in December 2021. Janelle initially listed it for $425,000 in September 2024, 6 months after Garrison passed. She then dropped the price down to $399,900 in October 2024. Now, according to The Sun, it is under contract for $389,900 as of November 2024. The house has 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, with the listing boasting some nice amenities. Since Garrison had no children or a spouse, his home was left to his mother, but it is unclear if Cody was involved in any way. A new chapter. The selling of this home is likely bittersweet for Janelle Brown and Garrison Brown's entire family. It was a major achievement for him, and for some time, his sister and brother were thinking of living with him. There was a scene where Gabe and Gwendolyn Brown talked about leasing rooms from Garrison. Ultimately, that did not happen, and he had friends move in. Unfortunately, Garrison ended up taking his own life in the home in March 2024. No closing date has been revealed, but hopefully the new owners will live out all of Garrison's hopes and dreams. In the ever-evolving saga of the Brown family, Janelle Brown has always been a cornerstone of resilience and quiet strength. Over the years, her life has unfolded on Sister Wives in a way that made her not only a relatable figure to fans, but also a beacon of independence and determination. Now, as she closes another chapter in her life, it seems she has done the unthinkable. Found a buyer for the piece of land that was once home to her son Garrison's dreams, and perhaps her own as well. The history of Garrison's chapter. When the Browns made their ambitious move to Flagstaff, Arizona, dreams of building a sprawling family compound on Coyote Pass seemed like the perfect next step. For Garrison, Janelle's third son with Cody Brown, the dream was particularly personal. He had always envisioned a future where the family's shared land could serve as a sanctuary, a place where his siblings and their children could come together, putting aside the fractures that had long plagued the Browns. But reality often diverges from dreams, and the family's increasingly fractured relationships left little room for unity on the property. Disillusioned by the growing tension, Garrison eventually decided to forge his own path, leaving behind not only his dreams for the land, but also the lingering hope of mending his relationship with Cody. For Janelle, watching her son walk away from something he had once cherished deeply was heartbreaking. Yet it also marked a turning point for her, a moment when she began to question whether Coyote Pass held any future for her. Janelle's journey to independence. As the Browns' plural marriage unraveled on screen, Janelle emerged as a fan favorite for her no-nonsense attitude and pragmatic approach to life. Unlike Robin, whose relationship with Cody seemed to take center stage, Janelle prioritized her children and personal growth. Her journey to financial independence became a focal point, particularly after she separated from Cody. Selling her share of the land on Coyote Pass was a symbolic move. For Janelle, it represented more than just a financial decision. It was a way of shedding the weight of unfulfilled promises and broken dreams. The property had been a source of endless contention, with no clear plan for development and no tangible progress. Letting go of it was liberating. The buyer's identity. A new chapter begins. The news of Janelle finding a buyer for her portion of the land sent shockwaves through the Sister Wives fan base. Speculation ran rampant about who the buyer could be. Was it a local developer eager to capitalize on the prime location? A family looking to build their own dream home? Or perhaps another former Brown family member looking to stake their claim? As it turns out, the buyer was neither a stranger nor a Brown. In a surprising twist, the land was purchased by a close family friend who had watched the Browns' journey unfold from the sidelines. This buyer, deeply connected to the family's history, saw the potential in transforming the land into something entirely new. A fresh start not only for themselves, but also for the legacy of what Coyote Pass once represented. Garrison's reaction, bittersweet closure. For Garrison, learning about the sale brought mixed emotions. On one hand, it marked the end of a chapter that had once been filled with so much hope and possibility. On the other, it was a relief to see his mother finally moving forward. In a candid conversation with Janelle, Garrison admitted that while he had once seen Coyote Pass as a dream worth fighting for, he now understood that some dreams aren't meant to be. "It's hard," he said, "but it's also freeing. That land was holding us all back in a way, you know. It's like we were all waiting for something that was never going to happen." Janelle, ever the realist, agreed. "We've been tied to this land for so long, Garrison, but now it's time to let it go. We have to focus on what's ahead, not what could have been." Cody's reaction, predictably contentious. If there's one thing fans have come to expect from Cody Brown, it's his ability to turn any situation into a dramatic confrontation. True to form, Cody did not take the news of the sale well. For him, Coyote Pass had become a symbol of his dreams for a united family, a vision that, despite all evidence to the contrary, he refused to let go of. In a tense meeting with Janelle, Cody accused her of giving up too easily. "You're selling out, Janelle," he said. "This land was supposed to be our legacy, and now you're just handing it over to someone else." But Janelle, who had spent years navigating Cody's emotional outbursts, didn't flinch. "This land stopped being our legacy the moment you stopped prioritizing the family," she shot back. "I'm not selling out, Cody. I'm moving on. Maybe you should try it sometime." What's next for Janelle? With the sale finalized, Janelle is now free to explore new opportunities. Fans of Sister Wives have long speculated about what's next for her, and she hasn't been shy about dropping hints. From launching a wellness brand to exploring the possibility of writing a memoir, Janelle seems determined to carve out a life that is entirely her own. In a heartfelt Instagram post, Janelle shared her thoughts on the sale and what it means for her future. "This isn't the end, it's a new beginning," she wrote. "Letting go of Coyote Pass was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made, but it was also one of the best. I'm excited to see what the future holds, not just for me, but for my kids and everyone who has supported us along the way." A legacy redefined. As the dust settles on the sale of Coyote Pass, it's clear that this moment represents more than just a financial transaction. For Janelle and her family, It's a chance to redefine their legacy on their own terms. While the land may no longer belong to the Browns, its story lives on through the lessons they've learned and the paths they've chosen to take. For fans of Sister Wives, this chapter serves as a reminder that even in the face of heartbreak and disappointment, there is always hope for a brighter future. Janelle's journey is far from over, and if her story so far is any indication, the best is yet to come.